What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. Last time, we went through Valentine's Day, and there were some sweet moments, and I swear that everyone I know and cares about me wants me dead. But time has moved ever onward, and it is the last day that we are here in Inaba. In this episode, you can see that things are kind of deserted around here. The goodbyes are going to be the last thing that we kind of just skip over. All the goodbyes are the same as they are in the original, so there wasn't really much of a reason for going through all of them again. However, there are still two social links that were introduced here in Golden. And that is Marie and Adachi. Now, Adachi is still only at rank 9. So you might think, well, did you just fail the run then? And not quite. It is still, at this point, impossible to get Adachi over to rank 10. Unless you chose the accomplice ending. But we do still have Marie to say goodbye to. So, for the only goodbye that we're actively going to show, we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to Marie. This isn't goodbye forever, Marie. We'll meet again someday. That's good. I look forward to that. See ya, Marie. And with that, we have said goodbye to everyone. And just like before, the game is prompting us to go back home. And we obviously could, but, of course, anyone who has played Persona 4 before knows exactly what is happening next. We have quite a bit of unfinished business left to do. Now, we could go to Okina as well, but there's not really a whole lot there, just random NPCs we could talk to if we really wanted to. Not really worth showing off. So instead, let's just head on over to the food court. For one last time. Last time coming here, I guess. At least for a while. The old secret hideout. Trying to solve the mystery of who was kidnapped, how to save them, who's kidnapping them. Good times. Good times.
Huh? What a coincidence! It must be destiny!
Oh, hey Yosuke. Hey Teddy.
Oh, so you guys came here too! It's our very own special headquarters. There are so many memories here.
Yo there, Senpai. I thought you'd be here.
We had a feeling we'd run into everyone if we came here.
We were planning on seeing you off at the station tomorrow. But I was feeling too restless, so I decided to come here.
You and everyone else, it seems.
Well, since we're all here, why don't we have something to eat?
Ooh, let's have steak! Steak! And make Yosuke pay for everything!
Will you shut up about your steaks?
Well, we did want to make some memories. May as well make one last one.
I really had fun in this world.
Dude, your whole existence is about fun. Well, what we've gone through wasn't all fun and games. But I gotta say, I've never felt so fulfilled in my life.
It seems we've been working on this forever, but at the same time, it felt like it went so fast. We won't ever gather here again like this, or tear our hair out trying to solve the mysteries.
Even if we wanted to talk about it all, there were so many extraordinary things that no one would believe us. Come to think of it, for me, I think it all started when Chie told me about the Midnight Channel.
I think I heard about it from her too.
Yeah, she was the first one to talk about that.
How did you learn about it, Chie?
I guess it was just a random rumor. A lot of girls were trying it out.
Huh. I wonder how it started then.
Who knows? Maybe someone accidentally came across it?
The Midnight Channel. You know, that really was the cause of everything. I mean, the fog lifted after we caught Adachi, but there's still a lot of stuff that isn't clear yet. It's still foggy over there, too.
Some weird guy might use it to do bad things again.
Didn't that Amino something monster say it granted us power?
I bestowed power onto those who could brave the Hollow Forest. In other words, he gave the power to enter TVs to those who awakened to their persona ability, so that he might use us as pawns to enact his scheme.
Hey, that reminds me. Didn't your hand suddenly slip into the TV even before anything happened to you? Does that mean you're an exception? Well, wait, then what about Adachi and Namatame? Those two could go inside TVs before all this stuff about personas, right?
What? Then Senpai and the other two could do it for some other reason?
I mean, I guess.
There must be something you're not remembering. Anything come to your mind, Senpai?
Well, it is weird when you think about it that way. What do Namatame, Adachi, and myself have in common that would let us enter the TV world without awakening to a persona? Or at the very least, confronting our own shadows? I mean, we were able to basically enter the TV world well before we summoned Izanagi. And Adachi and Namatame's stories both coincided with that. What makes us so different? Oh, well, hold on, Nanako gave me something.
A letter? Hey, this better not be another warning.
It's from Adachi.
Huh? This is from jail? It's from Adachi.
I'm sure you're surprised to get this letter out of the blue. I'm writing this because there's something I need to tell you. Ever since I made it out alive, there are some things I understand now. It's true that my game's over. As you all insisted at the time, I'll abide by the rules of this world. But as long as I'm in stir here, I can't clean up after myself. So I hope this will give you something to think about regarding this case. There's still this feeling I can't shake. It's about how it all started, about that midnight channel. Now I remember, someone told me about it when I first came to town, before I heard the rumors at the station. And I was intrigued when I noticed that something similar was written on Namatame's reports as well. But I can't remember who it was that told me. Since Namatame and I both gained our power after coming to Inaba, I have a feeling that has something to do with it. I don't know if any of this will be useful or not, but I hope it can help somehow.
Wait, there's still more to this letter.
When I'm here, I think of Dojima-san, Nanako-chan, and you. A lot. Though my time with you didn't seem like much fun before. It's strange. Despite it all, I'm grateful to you. Thank you. But let me just say this. You're a dumbass.
That's how I know it's him.
You take the path you choose, and I'll think about what that means to me, too. I doubt I'll ever see you again, but stay healthy. Goodbye.
So in the end, I guess he did end up caring. Maybe more than he'd like to admit. Well, even still, despite everything that he's done, no, he wasn't such a bad guy. At least when we spent time with him, he wasn't. He's still a monster, but, you know, bonds come in any different shapes and sizes. Thou art I, and I am thou. Thou hast established a genuine bond. These genuine bonds shall be your eyes to see the truth. We bestow upon the ability to create Magatsu Izanagi, the ultimate form of the Hunger Arcana. And with this, the Toru Adachi social link has reached its maximum level. We have now mastered the Toru Adachi social link. Our power to create personas of the Hunger Arcana has reached its maximum. You Narukamis forged a bond that cannot be broken. By mastering the Hunger social link, we can now fuse Magatsu Izanagi, the Tempter of the Void. And with that, our last social link is finally complete. Our max social link run is officially done. All we gotta do is just get to the credits. Well, as bittersweet as that postmark is, That's interesting. They were both outsiders. Just like me. But even he didn't know where the Midnight Channel originated from, or who started spreading that rumor.
It's not very helpful to know that he can't remember who it was.
I'm not sure how to put it, but I kinda know the feeling. It's like... I don't know how to say this. Like something's connecting all these things. Something beyond what we can see. That world, the Midnight Channel, the ability to enter TVs, they all feel like separate things. You know what I mean? First the rumors, then the serial murder, followed by us deciding to investigate the case. If they all really were separate, they wouldn't fit together like this, right? There has to be some kind of conductor behind everything.
So you think the person Adachi mentioned, the one who told him about the Midnight Channel, is that conductor? Did I strike gold again? It's seriously just something that popped into my head!
Senpai, is there anything like that you can think of?
A conductor? Someone who can bestow the ability to enter TVs, who can manipulate and create the Midnight Channel, have it all tie back to the power of personas, while also subtly just choosing those that would basically instigate this entire mess. Well, Chie was the first person that we knew about the Midnight Channel. But that was right after we came to Inaba. That was like our first or second day here. But apparently, both Adachi and Namatame learned about the Midnight Channel immediately upon entering Inaba. What else happened when I first came to town? There might be something.
We were involved in a murder case last year, which we succeeded in solving. But the monster we fought last said we did well in playing our parts. Perhaps this means Adachi and Namatame were players as well. Could it be that from the beginning, this serial murder case was merely a portion of a much larger scheme? And none of the people who were directly involved in the case ever suspected it.
Hey, this scheme. Could it be the whole thing about filling both worlds with the fog and turning mankind into shadows? So someone was behind the scenes watching us, the culprits, and maybe even that monster. And he manipulated Adachi and Namatame at the very beginning so everything would come together perfectly?
Let's go out into town. We might find something. Although, you may be the only one capable of noticing it. Please contact the rest of us should you come across anything.
We can't say our goodbyes tomorrow with this hanging over our heads. Let's go figure this out.
Yeah. The initial spark of power. Not to mention, no one really brought it up, but the idea that it was, dealing with the Sagiris and the plan to turn mankind in the shadows, that was also part of Marie. Marie's whole deal was to act as a spy, and when the fog went away, her role then changed to dismissing the fog and taking her own life with it. I mean, the first person I met when I came here was Dojima. Maybe he remembers something. Alright, well, let's see if we can find anything. So we head over to the Dojima residence. He is not here. I think they might be in the shopping district. Trying to remember where exactly they were. If they're not in the shopping district, then they're probably in the floodplains. Yeah, not seeing them. Okay, I think they're in the floodplains instead. Let's head over to Samegawa. Are they by the river? They are by the river.
Did you already meet all your friends?
I did, but I had something that I needed to talk to you about.
What's this all of a sudden?
It's about the first day that I came to Inaba. Do you remember much about it?
The day you first came to town? Let's see. We were the first ones to greet you, right? Did we stop somewhere on the way home? I'm pretty sure Nanako and I left home that afternoon, picked you up, and came straight back. Now that I think back to that night, I was called back to work as soon as we got home, so I couldn't talk much. And the very next day, those strange murders started. Sheesh. Lots happened since then. It's been one heck of a year, hasn't it?
Hey, big bro. On the first day, didn't we stop at that place? The gas station. I used the bathroom there. When I got back to the car, you were talking to the weird attendant.
Wait, weird attendant?
Yeah, when I first met you, I remember the gas attendant because he was weird.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that. I filled the tank before we went home, huh? Yeah, I do remember you talking to the attendant there. I didn't remember seeing him much before, so he stuck in my mind. But I don't know about calling him weird. It wasn't like he looked or acted funny. Yeah, come to think of it, I never saw that guy again.
It wasn't really that the attendant looked weird. But after you talked to him, you looked sick, big bro.
Hold on, I looked sick immediately after talking to him?
Don't you remember? I asked you on the way home. Are you carsick? You said you were okay, but...
I mean, it rings a bell.
that attendant, he was just a little scary for some reason.
Well, I didn't know about that. But honestly, I'm surprised you're asking all these questions. I thought you came here just to reminisce. So, why are you looking for the person you met first? Is something going on with that attendant? Do you know him?
I'm not sure. But I think it's important.
I see. Well, just remember that you leave tomorrow. I don't know what you're up to, but you should come back home early. There are some dark clouds on the horizon. We might get some rain soon.
I understand, Ojima. Don't worry, I won't be late for tomorrow.
Okay.
The gas station. Yeah, that does sound about right. After we left the train station, went to go get some gas. There was the gas station attendant asking about, like, part-time jobs and such. Yeah, I thought it was car sickness, but... or train sickness, motion sickness, or something. But I did start feeling sick right after we got done talking to him. Alright. Well, let's maybe see if that station attendant is here. Well, I'm not really seeing anything. Like, I must be missing a step or something. The Velvet Room, maybe? Actually, the Velvet Room would be one place to look. Oh yeah, I was entering the Velvet Room.
Welcome to the Velvet Room. How may I help you? You have solved the mystery and deflected the disaster that so nearly fell upon you. Is there something else beyond this you need our assistance with?
There is, actually. There's one last thing I could use your help with.
Intriguing. So, is there still something that leaves you unsatisfied? What may that be? Well then, let's take a look and see what it is you might be sensing.
Wow, that's a lot.
Ah, this is a surprise. These are shards of power, allowing one to see through to the truth of things without being swayed by hollow rumors. Interesting. Indeed, you have come here today for a reason. Then I shall play my part as well. That is a crystal of power which you have nurtured through your journey. An orb that repels fabrications of all sorts, dispels lies, and shines upon the truth.
Hey, I remembered something about myself. I was born a long, long time ago. I was the unconscious wish shared by people's minds. To protect the world of man, walk the path of man, fulfill the wish of the world. That was my role. But people changed. People stopped wishing for truth in life. Or maybe they just stopped paying attention. Eventually, the me that wanted to protect humanity and the me that wanted to fulfill humanity's wish couldn't stay as one. The desires of man had no bounds, and one day, my other half became its own existence, much larger than myself. I was left behind, with no power or memories. I became a tiny fragment, incapable of even clearing the fog without giving my own life to do so. Kusumi-no-Okami. The rest, you already know. Without my powers, I became a tool, manipulated by the other me. You already know, huh? The cause of it all. The one who created the Midnight Channel and gave you the power to enter the TV. The real puppet master, who tried to fill both worlds with fog, using me and the Sagiri. If you don't defeat her, the world will never be truly clear of that fog. Go. Follow what you believe in. The truth is right in front of you.
Truth is a thing which only appears to those who have observed, considered, and made a choice. At the end of the path you chose lies the truth. Believe in it, and continue without faltering.
How marvelous. It seems that you will reveal the journey's true end, one beyond our predictive power. Now go to the place where everything began.
Oh. It's raining. The true puppet master. Behind the Midnight Channel, the fog, Marie. And we've seen the attendant only on rainy days. And now that it's started to rain, he's appeared once again. If you don't mind me asking, is this where I first... I'm sorry, do you know a person by the name of Namatame? Do you know if those two ever came here? That's not what that little girl said. Did you happen to do anything to them? Yeah, Namatame and Adachi. What exactly did you do to me? Yeah, I do. Who the hell are you?
You really are troublesome. Not only did you defeat the two Sagiri I snuck into Adachi and Namatame, but you even saved that stunted dwarf of a life.
So, you're the one that did that to Marie.
It's such a foolish thing. What good is saving her life? She is but rubbish, suitable only for getting rid of that pointless fog. Don't tell me she was still carrying that around. Oh, excuse me. I was talking about that bamboo comb you have on you.
Yeah. Yeah, she gave me this comb. What about it?
It seems you don't know who gave her that comb either. That comb is a symbol of the separation we went through.
Separation? Wait. It's a story that Kanji's mom talked about. Combs have the power of separation.
How foolish. That comb was a curse. And to think she treasured it all this time. She must have been desperate for something to cling to. There's a limit to how irresponsible you can get.
You're callous. You know that? And don't you ever look down on Marie.
And what are you going to do about it? The last battle wasn't enough for you. You certainly have the powers I was expecting.
What do you mean? What powers are you talking about? You said you gave me the power to enter the TV.
I saw the potential you had within you. Your friends were drawn to the spark I stirred in you. That's why they're here now, with their awakened powers. Still, I didn't think you'd make it all the way to me. Indeed, I never expected this at all. You're really something. What? You don't remember? When you first came to town, I gave your power a gentle push. Just like this. Are you in high school? Does it surprise a city boy to see how little there is out here? There's so little to do, I'm sure you'll get bored fast. You'll either be hanging out with your friends or doing part-time jobs. Speaking of which, we're actually looking for part-time help right now. Give it some thought, why don't you? We don't mind if you're a student.
Oh, well, thank you. I'll consider it.
You're not the only one I welcomed to town with a handshake greeting. I did the same for a few other outsiders like you. A handful of strangers were more than sufficient to stimulate a small place like this. But it seems the stimulus was stronger than I imagined, enough to envelop this town with fog, and later lift it. Not only that, you now stand before me as if your assigned part wasn't enough. What for?
To do what I've done since the very beginning. To learn the truth.
What will grasping the truth do for you? Why such greed? I guess it's the foolish nature of being mortal.
Mortal?
I am Izunami. Amino Sagiri, ruler of the fog, is merely an aspect of myself that I birthed long ago. You awakened to a power I had not imagined. You defeated the two Sagiri and the one fragment born from me. And now here you stand, face to face with me. I can no longer ignore this situation as mere foolishness. This may be fate, as decreed by the world. Very well. This time I shall pit my full strength against you. But in return, you must come prepared to follow through in your futile resistance. I'll be waiting for you there.
So the one behind everything. The fog, personas, even Marie. Izanami, huh? A lowly gas station attendant who was never really there. The name of a goddess, huh? Huh?
Hey, are you alright? Who was that you were just talking to? Did she just disappear? Wait, don't tell me.
Yeah, it's exactly what you think. That gas station attendant is the one behind everything.
So, it wasn't over after all.
You're saying this so-called Izanami is the conductor, and she's waiting for us in the other world? If we don't beat her, I'm sure it'll all happen again.
Oh, okay. The others aren't far off, so I'll call them up.
Yeah, will ya? Tell him this is really gonna close the case.
Right. We'll defeat her and put an end to this for sure this time.
All right. Then once we're all ready, let's meet up at Junes.
Yeah. So the truth has finally revealed itself. Now all we have to do is stop her. We need to stop this Izanami so that way this never happens again. And if she is the one behind these two beings of fog, even if she doesn't have control over Marie anymore, they can always come back in case she decides mankind truly can't be redeemed or is truly destined to become shadows. And we can't let that happen. We've worked so hard just to protect everyone. We worked so hard to end this case. We're not going to let that go to waste. And it has to be done today. If we really want to safeguard that peace, only we can do this. And we have to do it now. And with that, we're going to call it a day here. So, next time on Let's Play Persona 4 Golden. With Izanami now revealed, all we have left to do is head on into the TV world and confront her. There are still a few other things that we do need to do, but those are going to be things for after we are done with the game. One thing that I particularly want to do is try to actually take on the final boss at a reasonable level. Because every single Persona game that I've done, I've always been super over-leveled just because that's what you need in order to get a full compendium. And so this time, I'm actually going to want to do things a bit different. I'll still do the compendium stuff, but that'll come after confronting the final boss. There is also still one other fight afterwards, but I would rather deal with that when I feel more comfortable lowering the difficulty. When it comes to just confronting that fight at a reasonable difficulty, as well as getting grinding done. I would like to take on the final boss on the highest difficulty, but let's maybe save any sort of changes in difficulty until after we beat the game. But next time, we head into the TV world, and we begin the final dungeon. So until then, everyone, take care.